We're going to call the meeting to order and do a roll call, and I'll hand it over to Lara for some opening words. All right, the meeting of the General Assembly of IFHRA, today is Friday, February 12th, is coming to order, and I'll call a roll and just signify by saying yes if you're representing the country. So Lara's here, Pat Buckley, here, myself, Alhan is here. All right, Ahmad Saeed, Marzuki.
Here.
Okay. Gerard is here. Mohammed Yeha is here. Barathi is here. Okay, Argentina. Just say yes if you hear your country's name. Argentina's here. Australia is here. Bahrain.
Bahrain are represented, but
okay.
They're not here.
Okay. Belgium is here. Brazil, Rodrigo.
Yes, Sidinia is there.
Canada, Julie.
Yes.
China, Kit.
Yes, here.
Okay. Denmark. Yep. France. Wait. Germany, Kai, you're here. Hong Kong. Hungary. Yes. Ireland, Keith, you're online. Okay. Enrico, Italy, are you online? They're supposed to.
Shahid, how many are online?
Do we have Keith Rowe online yet? Okay, we'll get back to that. Malaysia.
Yes.
Morocco.
They didn't come this time.
Oman. Thank you. Poland. Thank you. Portugal. Okay, Puerto Rico.
Portugal couldn't come, but they have an endurance race, the guys that needs to be here, so they had to go prepare themselves for WASPA.
Okay. Puerto Rico, yes. Russia. Welcome. Slovakia. Yes. Okay. Gary, South Africa. Did Gary make the meeting? No. Kim, South Korea? Yes. Sweden?
Yes.
Switzerland? Sarah? Tunisia? Turkey? Yes. Pat's here, UAE. I'm here. Colonel Paget, Northern Racing College, here. Grant is here, UK. Uruguay, Marcelo, welcome.
Good.
And Marcel, yes, here.
خلي إسماعيل, please. Sorry, 1 minute.
Okay.
ياخدون على الأوتيل.
So we have a quorum from voting members. Also joining us today will be Dr. Pritchard, our medical advisor. I think Gay didn't make the meeting. Is Gay here? No. Okay. I know Sarah is here. Welcome. And Don, good fellow. So I think we have a roll call completed and we have a quorum to do business. So Lara, we're going to say opening words.
Can I have a paper like you, because nobody gave me a paper?
Oh, the...
Saada, can I have a paper of IFHRA, of the calendar?
An agenda.
Agenda. No, it's okay. She has to give me one.
I'd give you mine, but I have notes.
No.
There we go.
You have two?
Yes.
وانت شو بتعملي؟ عندك؟
أيوة.
Okay. خلاص سعدة, it's okay. We thank you for coming to this General Assembly. It's important to be always active. So we will have around 4 to 5 General Assemblies in a year, if this goes with the statutes, Gerard. Anything that does IFHRA is very important to go into the statutes and make sure everything goes in the right way. Because we want to grow bigger, we have new countries coming in, and we look at it as one of the best international federations with this number of countries, which we want to support each other and make sure that all races of our young riders, apprentices, are correct. Unfortunately, when we were looking into the breakdown of races in order to put the races of Her Highness Sheikha Fatma bint Mubarak World Apprentice Championship, IFHRA, because it's only Arabian horses. When you look at it, you will see the number of apprentice jockeys not so active in some countries. We really need to look into making those jockeys more interactive. It's very important to look at it in the right way, because if we want to have more races, we need to have more jockeys. We, as the Festival of His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed, cannot offer more races if we do not have enough jockeys. One country is sending maybe 2 jockeys all the year. Why? There's only 2 apprentices in the country. This is not accepted. So what we came up with this time is that we'll give first chance for IFHRA members. And this is Sarah is there. Sarah is responsible of sending the invitations. Once those countries of IFHRA do not respond and send the same jockey for a second time and a third time, then we as a festival invite somebody out of the school. So this is very clear to all of you, and it's very important to note that this is serious, guys. We cannot have the same jockey riding in 10 races. It's not accepted. If you do not come and put all the countries inside, then you need to give chance for IFHRA members. So you will see some races that you will have, we will invite other countries that has maybe didn't have the chance this time to ride. It doesn't mean that all the time I have to have the big countries there. No. From now on, there's 8 races. The 8 races, the 8th is in Abu Dhabi. We couldn't give more races just because we want all of us to vote for that. Once the rider, the school has 1 or 2 riders and have another chance to put another jockey and did not, then we have to go out of the bond to an apprentice jockey riding in a stable, because it's also unfair for those jockeys not having the opportunity to ride in a very big world championship series. So I need to have who is with what I said. Can you higher your hand? So mostly you are all with me. Who is against what I said? No, you can always be against it, guys. No, but this is really, it's a look into the future. We cannot come and say, those two, only those two have to ride. I'm not Fegentry, guys. This is not accepted. Fegentry has 1 girl riding in all. This is why UK went out of Fegentry. This is not accepted. What about this young rider who is with a good trainer? He is an apprentice jockey, and we do not give him the chance. It happened with Turkey. I give you a small example. Ismail needed to ride. He is an apprentice jockey. He didn't change to an amateur, isn't it? He's still apprentice. I was telling him, okay, now we have rides. I saw the young man also, what is his name, that rode in other countries. This one. He told me, maybe they will not let me ride. This cannot be. Don't give chance. Maybe your guys come 1, you have 2, you have 3, it's good. But once you don't have and you're stuck on 1, just give a chance out of the boon. So if we are all for it, I need you to take action. Because Sarah, from now on, any jockey that comes twice is not accepted. Unless 4 countries that really we need to have them with us, because they represent the Arab world. We need to support this entity in our festival, in our races, because it's so important. We are all one hand together. We are one family. So it can go. Oman has riders, but maybe they need to focus on 2 or 3. We will talk to Oman in order to see what is their capacity. But we really need to look out of the bond, because it's important for all countries to look into the future. The future is what we need. This is why we have more countries coming in. Okay? So please, this is very important point that we need to have. Any guys have any opinion from Skype?
I agree.
You are good? You agree?
I agree.
Cool.
Share it,
And
man.
Keith, you agree? We don't have Keith. Keith, are you online?
I don't
Wake
think
up, Keith.
Okay, who's online? Can you let us know who's online other than Matty?
we've got
If you
2.
can hear me, it's Teresa from Canada. I just got on.
Oh, sweetie, good. Hi, how are you?
I'm
Okay,
good.
who else is online?
Kit Wu from China.
From China?
Or, yeah, no, from.
Shahid, is she online?
Keith.
No? Okay, so we will go within the thing afterwards. But please. Okay, hi.
And we have
Do you
Penny.
see us?
Penny.
Penny, can
I
you
can
see
you,
us?
Laura.
Yeah, she
I
may
can
not
see
be
you,
able to
Laura.
Okay, I know, Mati, I see you very clearly. You look handsome today.
Can you see my wedding photo?
Yeah. Yes.
When did you put that up? Just now?
It's only yesterday's photo. You can see the hair.
You look good. So
Thank you.
we really need to thank the National Archive, as all the General Assembly meetings will be from now on here. Thanks to Dr. Abdallah and all his team, we will always conduct the General Assembly of IFHRA from only the National Archive of the United Arab Emirates. So thank you guys for coming. We can start. Okay, Remy.
Okay, we're going to move on. Barathi, are you out there somewhere? If you can maybe help me with some notes. I'm taking some to help me out. Great. We're going to go.
Can I take one word?
Yes.
We really need to thank all the press that are here. Really, thank you for coming and attending this General Assembly, especially because you're part of it, and how close you are to us. We are more helpful, and we are more grateful to you. Thank you, all of you. شكرا للكل من كل الصحافة الموجودة من كل العالم. Thank you.
Okay, we move on to the minutes from the last meeting. You should all have them in front of you. I've emailed them out. Let's take a minute to look them over very quickly, and I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes. We'll need a second. If there's any discussion or changes, please notify. If not, I'll entertain a motion from somebody to approve these minutes. And again, these are the minutes from our November 4th meeting. It's a formality we need to do. Okay. Do I have a motion? Okay, Lara moves to approve the minutes. A second? Okay, Colonel Paget. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, thank you. We move on to item number 3, progress report on the Racing Scholarship Fund. I'll start that off. Let me just say how pleased I am and how thankful I am for everybody to help us get this project launched. And especially thank you to
Muhammad Yahya, you need to be on the table. Come. You are part of the table.
We generated this idea over a year ago. Several of us got together and said how wonderful it would be to start an exchange program for our students, and it's so gratifying to see it now working. So last meeting we approved 12 candidates who had to send in applications with 2 alternates, and I'm happy to say that this early in the year we already have either placed or in the process of placing basically all of them. We have 2 that are still remaining to be finalized. I'd like to report that our first mentorship with Tom Marquand from England, who went to Australia, was a big success. And Grant will say a few words on his behalf here for us. On my behalf, I received a wonderful young man from the Northern Racing College, Ryan Colley. He's in the process of his mentorship. I see him every morning. He was too big to be a rider, and so he wanted to study about being a racing official, being a starter. I think it's important for this program, not just to be riders, but kids who maybe were looking for another career in racing. He's doing a fantastic job. He's really, the starting gate team at the racetrack has taken him under their wing. He's learning more about being a racing official than he ever expected. He's going to be taking an accreditation exam at the end of his course, and if he passes, he'll have an official certification to be a racing official in the U.S. Now, how that applies to back home in England, we'll see. But it's a wonderful opportunity there because there is no formal training program for racing officials in England, so far as I know. So this allows him the opportunity to come to the U.S. and gain experience and certified experience that he's actually completed all this training that he can now put in his back pocket and go back home with. So I think that's an example of what we're all about, what we're trying to do for our students. Grant, if you want to maybe read the letter that you'd sent to us from Tom.
Yeah, first I'd like to reiterate everything Remy says. It's been a wonderful opportunity that we've created for these boys and girls. I'd also like to thank Mel and Matty for doing a fantastic hosting job with young Tom. Tom is a young boy, he's only 17. He had been to America before and road track work. He very much wanted to go to Australia, and I hope to see him next week. He got back last weekend, but he wrote a letter which he asked me to read, which is as follows. His Highness Sheikh Mansour's Racing Scholarship Fund has given me the most amazing opportunity to travel to Australia to ride in races and explore how other racing organisations work. It was an experience that will help develop my career in a way that would not be possible without being presented with this opportunity, opening up new jobs and doors that will never have been possible before for me. Starting off 2016 in such a brilliant way, with fascinating and talented people in all areas of racing and learning 100 different ways to do separate little things. To be associated with the Sheikh Mansour Global Festival of Horse Racing has been a complete honour, and I'm looking forward to seeing many other apprentices receiving such a wealth of experience and benefiting them in so many ways. And I think that really crystallises what it's about, really. These guys have been given a fantastic opportunity, thanks to Lara and Sheikh Mansour, and they're grasping it with both hands. Much work to do. We can improve everything, and we're going to have a wash-up meeting probably later to see what we can and can't do better. We'll discuss that now. But for a 17-year-old boy to arrive in Australia on a Thursday, ride a winner on a Saturday at a main track, he bookended that with winning another race on the same horse at the end of his stay, and he got the opportunity to ride for the Maktoum family and the Coolmore family. I mean, it's a tremendous opportunity for him.
So for a very quick review, Reagan Bayliss from Australia will be going to the British Racing School. Unfortunately, Ashley Edwards from Canada had to withdraw, but we'll have a reserve rider in turn going in her place. We're working on Barbara Sentis from Hungary. Ryan McKeever from Ireland is going to come to me.
We have to, for Hungary. We will postpone a bit Hungary.
Okay.
Because Gerard will explain, there's a small issue that needs to be solved first, and then maybe in 2017 they can continue. We can accept Hungary. Hungary for now, we are officially suspended only for voting, just because there's a small conflict between the jockey club and the amateur club. So they will come up with a solution together. Gerard, you can explain what you have asked us to tell them.
Good morning. Because there's been two associations claiming to represent Hungary, at the status foresee this situation, and in case of conflict, the country or the associations, if there's more than one association from a country, those associations have to come together and they have to agree on who represents that country within IFHRA. This is according to the status. So until and unless Hungary comes up with an agreement among the associations representing whether the jockey clubs or the apprentices, to say to IFHRA that this is the body that represents Hungary, Hungarian membership will be suspended from an active member of IFHRA. They can always attend the meetings as observers, but they cannot vote and they cannot be taken as an active member until they find a solution. Either the solution is a written agreement between the parties that who would represent Hungary, or the solution would be an official letter from the official sports authorities in Hungary specifying who represents Hungary within this federation. So that's the situation. We've already had a discussion with the Hungarian delegation. We explained that to them, and now we're just making it a knowledge to the forum so that they know why Hungary was suspended.
So from now until you solve this issue, you have until May, because the first race of the apprentice will start in May, the World Championship of Her Highness Sheikha Fatma bint Mubarak. So it's good to solve it before this, because we cannot invite Hungary to be part of the races unless it's confirmed between you, and you decide clearly among you who is the entity that is in charge. You can have two entities in IFHRA, but there is one voter. So you need to sit together and decide who's who to vote. Like, for example, in UK, we have two schools in UK, but they voted together, they sat together, and it's Newmarket who votes for United Kingdom. So it's the same issue here in Hungary, so please solve it fast in order to have a Hungarian jockey invited to the World Championship Series. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Picking up there, from Ireland, Ryan McKeever will be coming to the U.S. in April, early April through June. We have Sung Yi Ko, who is currently in Australia with Leon McDonald, organized by Gay Gauchi and Kim. Camille from Poland is working towards, with the British Racing School on going there for his mentorship. Nicole Didier from Puerto Rico will be going to the UK as well, and will be riding out for Mark Prescott, Sir Mark Prescott. Thank you, Colonel Paget. Eva Thildekvist is going to be organized in Australia with thanks to Melissa and Maddie. Vadim from Turkey is going to be coming to Australia, I believe, with Mick Kent. Aaron West, my student from the US, will be going to Ireland to work on a breeding farm, a Kildangan stud farm, and he wants to learn about bloodstock. And we've talked about Tom Marquand and then Ryan Colley. So it's off to a great start, and I thank everybody. I'd also like to especially thank this wonderful lady to my right, Alhan. We've been working quite a bit together on the funding part of this, and I appreciate all your help and everything that you've done to help us make this all work. If you wanted to say maybe a few words.
I want to add that we have prepared the payment process, presentation in the payment process procedure, so we'll share it with you via email.
Thank you very much. Any questions as far as the scholarship fund and the mentorship program from anybody here? And then, again, I'm available for the next couple of days, so if you want to come up to me and ask some questions about the application process, about how we do things, please feel free. I'm all yours.
A small suggestion. Because it's a scholarship fund, maybe it's, Nils, you can talk for Denmark. Can you put this? Yeah, you can take this one out, no problem.
Francis in Denmark, and as it's the first time I'm in this assembly, I haven't talked to about this, but I will when I get home.
Hello. Oman.
Hello.
Hello, it's Penny from France. I just got cut off. Did you get cut off? Are you Skyping?
I did, Penny. Yeah, I got.
We have a lot of apprentice jockeys, but the problem I have to sit with them and ask who can do it. We have a lot of apprentice jockeys, but the problem that I have to sit with them and ask who can do it, because I don't know, maybe they have their own plan, so we need to sit with them.
Okay, so there is vacancy for one country. We want to know, for Argentina, do you have somebody now you can give his recommendations and everybody can listen, and if they want to go for it, we can go for it?
Here we go.
Can you please talk to this one?
Okay, we have some students that they could travel, but our problem is that they only speak Spanish. So if another Spanish speaker country would receive them, it would be okay. They don't speak English. That's our problem.
Yeah, so what did Puerto Rico do in this case?
Yes, they have a writer who can speak English.
The same.
But we sent the Puerto Rican writer wanted to come to the U.S. and I said no, you got to go somewhere new. So we found a spot for her because she can speak a little English in England. So if you have a writer who can even speak a little bit, I think that it's important that we can find somebody who can work with them and bring them along. Let me suggest this, if you want. Like I said, I'm going to be here until Sunday, Monday. If you have somebody that comes to mind, come and see me. We'll write down a name. I'll start emailing so we can generate some couple of possible names and reopen the application process because it's still early in the year and we're ahead of the game here so far, so that's a good thing. So you don't have to come up with a name right now, but just come and see me during the next couple of days. Fair enough?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Without any other questions, and again, another round of thank yous to Lara and Sheikh Mansour for this mentorship program.
Thank you.
Let's discuss the health, welfare, and safety plan. Dr. Pritchard is here to say a few words. Just to recap where we left off, I sent around an overall plan based on our meeting in November. I think it makes a lot of sense. It's based on two fundamental items. First of all, race day safety. So Lara has kindly agreed to having Dr. Pritchard be our medical advisor at our races. So he can work with Sarah and with Kai to ensure that the riders who are going to ride at a racetrack do all of the proper things, walking the course, that he's there, as he does in England, to supervise the race day and the day before procedures. The second part of that is going to be the welfare, where we teach young riders about nutrition, about fitness. And so what we're talking about now as part of the plan is, do we do that during each stop for the races, or do we do that, you know, with the rider coaching clinics? If, for example, we bring Richard and a team of coaching clinic folks to Belgium, do we also take that opportunity, if you have a lot of riders from the region coming to a hotel for a one-day coaching clinic, to also do the welfare nutrition work there? Maybe we do a little bit of both. So just to recap again, we have a plan in place. I've sent it around, I'll send it again, and Dr. Pritchard is going to address that briefly here, and we'll open it up for questions.
Thank you, Remy. Remy has been remarkable in setting out what I believe is IFHRA's duty of care to its riders. I'm sure you've all saw his email. Safety and welfare, of course, is paramount. However, we must grasp the opportunity to help with these young jockeys' future, with their physical and mental health, but also their fitness, which would incorporate the weight and nutrition management that we have been trying to demonstrate over the last year. The opportunity that the Sheikh Mansour Festival creates for these young jockeys, and I cut off for a second, I fully endorse what Lara said at the beginning of this conference. It's important that we give as many jockeys the opportunity as possible, and as she touched upon, the Amateur Jockeys Association of Great Britain withdrew from Fagentry, particularly because it was one rider per country, and I don't think that's what our objective is here. The demands of these riders, I think it's important that the opportunities that the festival gives to the riders need to give something back to the festival, and so that we can promote a healthier, fitter, more accomplished jockeys for the future. We need them to give us a little bit of time. To achieve this, we need to create a database of these riders' physical and mental characteristics. It is in their late teenage years that there are many changes to their bodies, and at 16 it may be easy for a rider to make weight. At 18 it becomes more difficult, and by 20 they need to know exactly what they're doing. You, the racing schools, along with jockey coaching, has introduced a fair degree of science into a profession where, let's face it, things are done on tradition, rumour and myth. And that is not only just the training of the horses, but it's how jockeys make their weight and how they keep fit. Thanks to the Sheikh Mansour Festival and the work at Liverpool John Moores, we have demonstrated there is an alternative method. It is now up to this conference to ensure that this is implemented. We have shown that it can be done, and it's now up to us to make sure it is done and how to do it. Just to touch on my credentials, I've provided emergency medical services on the racecourse for 30 years, like Peter from Germany, my colleague, and we will be hoping to work together. I still work approximately 100 days a year on the British racecourses, and I've been medical and personal mentor for most of the top jockeys in the UK, and many of the flat jockeys, incidentally, that are riding over here at this moment. I am aware that the situation in other countries maybe not...
That another issue that we've been talking about the last couple of meetings, the question of insurance. I had a chance to meet with Sarah and with Dr. Pritchard and other colleagues. The question is simple. We've got certain standards that we've all agreed to that I sent out with the Health, Welfare, and Safety Plan that are minimum standards that should be in place for rider safety when they go abroad to ride either in a race or in training. The question we face is, do we try to implement that ourselves, or do we establish the standards and leave it to the countries and the riders to say, this is what we need from you before you send a rider, as far as travel insurance, as far as insurance to cover a hospital emergency stay or what have you. What I would suggest and propose to this group, and I'd love to hear some feedback, is as opposed to us trying to be the insurer and doing all that, maybe we establish the standard and leave it to the country to work with their riders to make sure that they have adequate insurance to supplemental to their policy, or somehow match up to those minimum standards, and leave it to everyone here to make sure their rider that they're sending has those minimum standards. Or if they can't find it, then they come to us and we try to help out with our providers. The problem that we have is that if we try to be all things to all people, it gets very, very difficult, because you know, each country will have an insurance provider who can maybe match or better the premiums that we can impose on somebody. So my feeling is, let's establish the minimum standards, and that would mean, is the student covered for regular travel insurance, right? If they get sick or the flu or what have you, do they have coverage to go to the hospital, see a doctor? Are they covered for accidents, you know, in accident coverage, if they have to go to the hospital from a race? And do they have enough coverage for emergency transportation back home? Those are the basic fundamental things we want to look at. So what I would like to hear, so Sarah and I can work on this moving forward, is, do we all agree that, do we establish the minimum standards and leave it to each country to make sure that their riders cover?
The best way.
Any discussion or any feeling one way or the other, or do you all agree that's the best way to go?
Remy, I think we need to make sure that we keep, like, travel insurance is very different to insurance coverage when you're in a race, and like you said, from the weighing time and the actual race. So travel insurance is a pretty simple, straightforward thing, whereas the actual race insurance is quite different. And I know we obviously come with a high level of insurance and expectation for our riders as to what they're going to be covered for, and there's probably other countries where they don't have any insurance. So I think we definitely need to have a minimal level of coverage of actual race riding insurance. I think the travel's a pretty straightforward thing, but it's that actual race riding insurance, and if they get injured, like loss of wages and death and disability and things like that. So I think that's obviously the area that has already been explored and looked at, but it's that actual race riding insurance that needs to be.
And it's a very important point. One thing I'll add to that is that I agree, but when I looked at Ryan Colley's insurance package that he bought himself, it actually covered, you know, emergency flight back home. It was amazing, because it's a policy that they use for students who go abroad for, but it was way beyond just basic travel insurance. And I said, how much did you pay for that? And he said, well, it wasn't really that much. And I'm going, so what I've done is I've copied that, and then we can add to it, say, well, we need X number of dollars or pounds of coverage in case you need to be airlifted back home, for example. So I think we can all come to an agreement of, here's the amounts and the coverage for race day, way in to way out type of coverage. But I think you can have that as an overall package, you know, for any kid who goes away. Yes?
One thing I would say is that riding is obviously dangerous, more dangerous than perhaps some of the things that people might do on a normal sightseeing holiday. But there are lots of travel insurance packages that include extreme activities, whether it be base jumping, extreme skiing, or so on. So it is perfectly possible, and this was the conversation that got us to get with Ryan getting the appropriate insurance. If they're not doing it for work, so they're not being paid as professionals to do it, then you can get that coverage to pursue essentially what is almost like a hobby activity for the time that they're on scholarship. So it doesn't have to be hugely expensive, whereas the more professional thing for if you're doing it as part of your business, that can get much more expensive. But for a constrained period, for more extreme activities is well doable at an affordable cost. I think that where it could get difficult is if you start to include coverage for loss of wages back in country after being injured. That should come from whatever professional arrangements they have back in their own country, and I would suggest not be included in the cover for getting them fixed if they get broken while overseas and getting them back to their home country from overseas. Then the stuff for covering wages is a separate deal, I would suggest.
So you see the direction we're going. I think what I sense from everybody here is that we establish the minimum standards and the recommendation as an organization of what we would expect from every rider, just for caution and for coverage. And as Colonel Padgett mentioned, the beauty of the RSF mentorship thing is that because these riders are going on a travel visa, not a work visa, that opened up the ability to find coverage immensely, and that's a very important thing. Now, if they're traveling for a race, if they're going to be gone for 48 hours, 72 hours for a race from way in to way out, that's a different circumstance than an 8-week riding out mentorship. But those are all the things that we can figure out, as to what the minimums ought to be. But what I need to know is, do we do that, or do we push it back to each country to work with their rider to come up with insurers in those countries who can accomplish that? Because it's going to be a huge undertaking if poor Sarah has to negotiate insurance packages for everybody else.
I think every country should rely on itself, because we cannot take the burden of having insurances, and this is a lot of money. So every country, I'm sure, has something with their own insurance in their own country to take care of their jockeys. So we leave it to the countries.
And one final thing I might add to that end, when we budget for example, the mentorships, if moving forward, and I'll work with Lara on this, if we can have a portion of that budget to help out with, as part of the financing package, a minimum amount that would go towards insurance to help a country out. I'm sure we can work that out, but it has to be a set amount. We can't, be all things to all people. So I think we're in the right direction, but I think that's probably the best way. Sarah, would you like to add anything to that?
I think you may find that some countries find it quite tricky to get the racing insurance in place, and in the past they've come to England for help with that, and unfortunately in the future the broker that we use at the moment isn't prepared to offer one-off insurance, but we can cross those bridges when we come to it.
Fair enough. Okay. Any other questions? Yes.
How about an insurance against liability or responsibility?
Well, I think that when you get to liability coverage, typically, in my experience, the racetracks will have a blanket liability policy just in case they leave a tractor running or there's a rake on the racetrack or what have you. So usually there'll be a blanket liability policy that the track holds for any liability-related incident. But I think we may not be able to find solutions for every possibility, but I think the minimum ought to be, if that student is riding either in an apprentice race or on a mentorship, in case something happens, and can they go to the hospital, be airlifted, have all those things that we can predict would be important to have coverage for. And then we can go from there. Any other questions?
Yeah, Remy.
Okay, I will go to one point, Remy, only for...
Can I? Thank you. I just wonder, are we looking as this association looking to see evidence of the insurance before a rider participates in the race?
Yes, yes.
And
the
whose
country will not let you ride any
whose
race
responsibility is that?
It's the festival.
For observing that.
Before anybody has to go, every country, they will not let one jockey on the horse before he go exam. Some countries like United States, you have to have the examination, doctor examination, not your own doctor prescription. And you have to have the insurance. Otherwise, they will not let you ride the race.
Is every country consistent in that?
Some, yes.
So then, would it be up to Dr. Pritchard to sort of ensure that on race day?
Well, now there's two questions. For the apprentice race, my understanding is the riders have to be licensed in their own country.
Correct.
So they have to provide a copy of their license and, an affidavit from the stewards that they're in good standing, that they haven't had a suspension or what have you. Am I correct?
And this happened, listen, this happened in this, with Mauritius. Where is Mauritius? Mauritius not here? No. Okay, with Mauritius there is one jockey. And he couldn't ride in the final in Abu Dhabi. You remember his name? What's his name? So Niven couldn't ride. ERA did not permit him because it's not from ERA. It's from his own country. Was banned. So he didn't take part in the finals. And he couldn't ride. So it's normal. This is typically racing, no?
And just again to recap, if a rider's going to ride in a race, an apprentice race, they need to provide SARA with proof of their licensing and that they're in good standing. They have a letter from the stewards, from the racing officials, that they're not suspended or in any other way, have caused any accidents or anything like that. So, we're doing our due diligence on that end. Now, as far as mentorships, obviously Ryan Colley is not riding over there, so it's a different circumstance, which is why I like to treat that separately, having maybe different requirements for that versus, but if he was riding out, yes, I want to have the policy covering an accident for a dangerous activity. But if a rider's coming to a country for a mentorship for 8 weeks, we might consider whether they need to be licensed like we do for a race day activity. So that way they're covered. But for example, Ryan Colley came to us, and even to be a racing official, I had him get licensed. So he's got a license by the Kentucky Racing Commission, so he's in good standing. Any other questions on that? Okay. Item number 5, the coaching clinics. Okay. I think November, that coaching clinic that Richard organized with all of you, and I know that Maddie was involved and Kai and everybody, I think that was fantastic. A really, really wonderful event, and let's give them all a round of applause for Richard and everybody. And so one of the things that we wanted to maybe do is discuss real quickly about exporting that idea, that concept, because it's one thing bringing all these great kids here to Abu Dhabi, once or twice or 3 times a year, and then we can have the exercise equipment, the simulators here. But what about the idea, since Lara has generously bought 5 of those racing simulators, about sending that team or like Richard Parham and somebody else to go to a region that might be centrally located where riders from maybe 1 or 2 schools can come to a hotel, leave it to them to figure out how to get there, but get a ballroom at a hotel nearby. So for example, maybe in Belgium, and we can have enough riders sign up, get there, and bring the coaches there to teach them on how to train on the simulators. Maybe have Dr. Pritchard talk about, nutrition and things like that. What is the thought from the group about trying to, in 2016, 2017, putting together a plan on maybe doing that? I'll leave it open for some comments. And Marcel, do you want to maybe address that? Maybe we start off in Belgium.
I do not have any problem with that.
okay, and we do not have any problem.
Okay, we'll move forward, and Richard and I will work on a concrete plan and maybe look up at some.
But we need
couple
to
of
select jockeys. We cannot take all the jockeys to Belgium. It's not apprentice race in Belgium. It's ladies race in Belgium. So we will have few apprentices from the schools, but not all the schools, because this will be a big amount of kids going there for the race day in Belgium, and it's too close to sundown. So I just cannot take the risk of having, as the festival of Sheikh Mansour, to have this amplified, and they're too stuck to each other. Belgium is 15, and sundown is 20.
What I might even suggest is that if several countries that are close by regionally get together and say, listen, we have X number of riders in our schools that would be really interested in doing a coaching clinic, and here's a hotel where they can all drive to, or somehow leave it to them, to the schools, to facilitate getting their students to a location. Then we book a hotel and a ballroom for a 1 or 2 day seminar and have them come and attend. It's kind of like continuing education, but we bring our talent and our racing simulators to a location, and we leave it to the schools to organize them amongst themselves for the riders to get there.
So you bring the simulators from Abu Dhabi?
We can bring them there.
To Belgium?
Either to Belgium.
It's too far.
Okay, then we'll figure out another plan.
We bring them to Abu Dhabi, all of them, to come and learn. It's much easier for us, no?
All right, we can do that as well.
Because it's too far. It's to take them there. We prefer having the event in Abu Dhabi.
Okay, we'll work on getting a plan together for everybody. I think it's a good thing to do.
Maybe there's also an opportunity in Rome, because there's probably going to be a few apprentices there to do something there.
It's an opportunity, but to take stimulators over there costs too much money to take them. So there's out of question. Because to bring them here, I was surprised only for the freight that we paid freight and we paid extra freight. So no way. No, bring them to Abu Dhabi, and it is here that we will conduct everything. Abu Dhabi is the capital of IFHRA, is the house of IFHRA. They can come here, they can do, the hotel is here, everything is booked here. Not any school can be charged for anything, and I think it's better to stay in our place, which is your place, which is Abu Dhabi, no?
Okay.
And it's much easier for everyone to come here.
Colonel Paget.
And we do have options for other jockey coaches. We have a number of, I have sort of 3-ish jockey coaches. Grant has 3 or 4 who work, right, okay, but who work on a regular basis running things like that. So if it doesn't have to be Richard, there are other options for people.
We can always have invitation to others. We want to learn from each other. We want to give chance for other coaches, guys. It doesn't, IFHRA is not blocked to one person. IFHRA is blocked to all of you. So you need to think out of the box. Every single country, give whatever you think of, just say it. Don't be shy and think, no, I cannot say it. Even if you don't have the capacity of doing it, maybe a good idea from you can be implemented in the future, in this year, in next year, but can be implemented in a way which we will support it as the Festival of Sheikh Mansour. But the most important thing is that you need to get out of the box and say what you have, and just do not listen to Chris spoke something, then Grant say something, then they are looking at each other. Oh, no problem. You say what you have, he will say what you have, everyone will say what they have. Kai will say what he has. Philip will say what he has. But at the end of the day, you reach to a point where you are all meeting the one point, the family point, to make it grow. So you have coaches? Of course. We cannot stick only on Richard to have the coaches. We got stimulators from Richard. Let's have jockeys coach from you guys. Always have in and out, no problem.
What we'll do is we'll hold the coaching clinic here in July so we can solve the weight loss problem, because we can take them outside for a run and then they'll lose all the weight they need to
Yeah, I
run.
think so.
Okay, now we move on to communications. I'd like to introduce, we've formed, since our last meeting, we've formed a working group, and I'd like to introduce them now. And we have a quick presentation on some recommendations. So if you can all stand up and be recognized, we have Bharathi, Mara Cook from Canada, Mohammed, and we have Shahid is here somewhere.
Sada. You
And Sada.
no, you forgot.
Okay.
Sorry. He has Sada Saab. Where is Sada? Come,
yes.
Sada. You don't forget the Arabic press release coordinator of IFHRA. And we need to add one more. Nadine Frampton from Australia. Nadine, can you be part of this committee with my friend Remy and all the guys for the websites and the media? Yes? Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay,
And-
Nadine, you can add Nadine Frampton from Australia. So we have all the continents there.
So in front of you, you have a handout that that Mara Cook will go over, and I don't know if we'll have it on the screen or not, but it looks like this. And these are a few recommendations that I asked them to prepare for some updates to our website to make it more interactive, more educational. So we'll go over that. And the other thing we're working on also is the development of a group Facebook page, for example, for our mentorship program. That's a simple thing to do. We can create a group page and then have all our students, as they're doing their internships or mentorships, send in video clips. Of course, we'll have an administrator to supervise it all, but this way they can post their diaries and send video clips of their internships in real time, which is a great way for everybody to go on there and see what Tom was doing in Australia and Ryan in America and all that. So those are the two things that we're working on. But Mara, if you will go over the handout real quickly. And Mara Cook is from Canada, thanks to Julie and Teresa who introduced us. Mara, I'll leave it to you.
You don't have this copy? Okay, you can take mine. Please. You share. Can you handle this in your hand so at least please we can see everyone?
Thank you. If you have a look at the site as it is currently, there's been quite a bit of work been done on the about and the media sections, but there, and perhaps if you could just show the drop-down menu just so that how it works. And each of these are populated, and it is a scroll-down type of menu. And right below that, there's all the information. Now, yeah. And maybe just let's look at media, just so that you can show how the media has been populated. Just give it a little bit of a taste. And again, scrolled under. However, where we need to spend some time is populating the student resources and the facts. That seems to be where we need some more content. Each one of these particular buttons need to be populated, and if you go through, you can see there's some suggestions. But in the time, because we're a little rushed for time and a little late to start, I think that the discussions among the group with Remy is going on the student blog is where we might do some concentration and have some immediate results while all of the students are on their mentorships. If you'll just go to the Facebook suggestions, and this is one of the things we'd like to propose.
I think Shahid should take more photos from Murhaf regarding the apprentice jockeys, because I do not want to see ladies racing on IFHRA. First. Second, we do not need any logos that are scrolled down there, only the logo of Sheikh Mansour Festival on IFHRA. So you don't need to put all of these logos, because these are the festival logo, and they are not, who is related to IFHRA is the Sheikh Mansour Festival logo only. So all these logos that you can see do not need to be present on this website. It can be put in a different way as a relation to Sheikh Mansour Festival. When you click on the logo itself, Shahid, then you will see that you come to all our sponsors itself, and these are some very old sponsors that I can see over there. With the old logo of Abu Dhabi Sports Council. Arif Al-Awani will not like me today. And IPIC you should add, and everything is National Feed is associate partner, National Archive. All these things needs to be changed, and I think he can do it today and finish it off. So this is a point, but the full style of the website is good. Having all of you together, I think will move fast. Muhammad, I know you are very busy, but you are always there. But Shahid can do the work. So Mara, you can always count on Shahid, because Shahid is a person that the festival counts on, because he is a member of iProduction and he's been with us since 8 years. And iProduction is part of Sheikh Mansour Festival. So this is good to coordinate all together with your expertise too, to have this done. Baharati and Saada needs to download all the news that is coming up from everywhere. And eventually also you need to add a logo on this, other than the World Championship, other than the conference, is the World Championship of Her Highness Sheikha Fatma bint Mubarak Apprentice World Championship, IFHRA, and the logo of the training and Her Highness Sheikha Fatma bint Mubarak Training and Education Conference, which is an IFHRA conference. Okay? So these logos is what you see around IFHRA. All the others, no need. Just when you click to the festival, you will have all the other logos.
It's
Okay,
just a
Shahid?
draft. It's just a draft.
Yeah, I understand, but we need to move on, Muhammad. I give you 2 days. I need this finished. We want to kick off this website. It's taking a long time, and we've never, we as a festival, we take a decision, initiative, we move. We cannot stay 1 year to make a website. So, my friend Remy, you will have to finish it. 2 days, it's off. Before you leave on Monday, we need this website on the screen. Otherwise, I'm following up the story. No, this is not accepted. A website taking 1 year. For God's sake, guys. We move, people went to the moon and we're still looking at each other. This is not accepted. So sorry for everybody, so sorry. Mara, thank you for your good work. And Shahid for your good work. But we need to give more time for ourselves. I have 2 days, trust me, 48 hours, this website needs to be on air. Yes. And I will sit with you more today in, after this meeting, just to tell you exactly what is not needed to be put as logos, just because it's important. And the pictures, the Morhaf is there. Baharati, you are there. Satya has all the pictures. You have no excuse.
Well, I think we're going to move forward then with our website. And thank you very much for your support.
Just a small comment. 2 days ago, you asked for West Bastallion website. Let us show everyone here also about the West Bastallion. We did it in just 2 days because we have all the information, all the content is ready. Yes. Can you scroll down?
That's the West Bastallion. You need to see all, guys, because this is related to Sheikh Mansour Festival. We only asked that 2 days only. And listen, this is the call center is on. The website will be tomorrow kicked off by His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed.
And the application is also ready now. And within the next 1 week maximum, Apple Store will approve
These
it.
are our
And
beautiful stallions of the Waspa stallions.
I think to also add to that, we're working on a group Facebook page, which Lara just gave the go-ahead on, that merit. So
We need it today.
Just to,
Remy.
we need it
Today.
We needed your yes.
Yes, yes.
So we're ready
and
to
today.
go.
Tomorrow we want to be all of you friends on Facebook.
All right.
But Mara, the festival works fast. IFHRA cannot or not accept anybody to work slow. We are people looking into the future. We really need to support each other, move fast. The festival went fast. 8 years ago, we started with 4 races. Now we started our 8th year, mashallah. We are there. We have 102 races. We have all the conferences. We have Arabian horses. We are at the National Archive, guys. This is something you need to look into the future. You cannot just watch each other what everyone is waiting for. I can see some people do not read emails. This is not accepted. You can always say thank you. You don't need to reply to everybody, but just say thank you. At least we know you read the email. So many people do not answer emails. This is not accepted. When he writes an email, he's doing an effort to write an email. To appreciate what he's writing for us, just say, thank you, Remy, got it. Thank you, whoever got it. But this is not accepted, not even to answer the emails. We cannot accept these things.
Mara, we appreciate your great work. Just so everybody knows, Mara is an expert on website design and structure. She comes from an educational background with the college in Canada where the racing school is. And so we will rely on you to be our technical advisor on this because my plate's pretty full, so thank you very much for helping us on this.
Mara, please, always copy me. Who doesn't answer you, just let me know. I think this is the best way, no? Thank you. Always copy me.
Okay, we...
48 hours, Muhammad Yahya.
We can get a big clock behind us.
Or trust me, 48 hours, no one will travel from Abu Dhabi.
Lara, did you want to say a few words about the 2016 schedule and
Yes.
meetings?
2016. As you can see, we have in 2016 our great calendar. Our calendar has 8 races. We added Denmark for the first time for the apprentice races. We took off some other races just to make equilibrium with other countries, because whenever a country has more than 2 races, we need to think of giving the apprentice or the ladies, you know, because they're full. The ladies' races are 15 races at a row in the year, with including Abu Dhabi. And for the apprentice races, it's good to always balance a bit with the countries. And relevantly, we have, unfortunately this year we cannot be at Keenelands, but we are supporting Keeneland because the Keenelands in Kentucky, the race is hitting with the World Conference in Rome. So we cannot be in Rome, and at the same time we need to be with the jockeys, because any apprentice race or anything related to Her Highness Sheikha Fatma bint Mubarak, we as the organizers have to be present on the ground to make sure that everything goes well and all is respected from everybody and safety is there for all our kids. Either they are ladies or they are apprentice jockeys. So this is a must from the festival, that whenever we have any Her Highness Sheikha Fatma bint Mubarak Ladies World Championship or Apprentice World Championship and Sheikh Zayed Cup, we need to be there. So this is why, sorry Remy and Kentucky for this race, but inshallah next year it would not hit, because I think next year it's a bit far from the date of the conference, because we will be in one beautiful country which even the country don't know, but they will know in May 2016 which country of all of you that did not have yet the conference will be hosting in 2017, and it's already decided. So the calendar, I think the booklet, can I have a booklet please, just not to miss anybody's race? Please, thank you. Thank you, I really thank you. We added one more race of apprentice for Australia. And can I have Michael? Can you come and speak about the Gold Coast? It's a beautiful racetrack. And in the Gold Coast, we will have Her Highness Sheikha Fatma bint Mubarak, the World Championship Apprentice, as well as the Sheikh Zayed Cup and the Wasbastad on September 3. Can you talk, please, Michael, and introduce yourself and the organization and where we're going to ride?
Yes, thank you. My name's Michael Ralston. I'm the president for the Australasian Arabian Race Club. To say this has been a bit of a whirlwind tour for us is an understatement, but here we are, and we're working in conjunction with the Gold Coast Turf Club. They are really excited about this race, as are we. We've got a lot of plans to move forward with this, and hopefully we can really make it something that not only the Sheikh Mansour Festival, but everyone in this room can be proud of, and hopefully we can all work together and make it something really spectacular.
What do you think, Melissa?
Well, it's exciting. There's going to be a race in Australia, that's for sure.
We go Gold Coast. This is why we separated, because Australia is a big continent. And now, Sarah, you need to add these guys on your list. See? Thank you, Habibti. We need to clap for Sarah and Kai for their hard work. Thank you. Okay, we have also in August, for the first time when we said Copenhagen. Sao Paulo this year is on the 25th of July. We wanted to do it in a bigger race day, but it was hitting with something else we have in the year. So we really couldn't do another date in that particular year. Somebody's having this open, please. Can you close it?
That's on the website.
Ah, on the website, so sorry.
I think Maddie's having lunch.
Matty having lunch?
Come here.
Dinner, okay, Matty. What do you think of Gold Coast, Matty?
I think it's fantastic.
Sorry?
Beautiful place.
You like?
Can you hear? I said, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
But are you excited about the Gold Coast?
Absolutely. Can I come?
Perfect. Okay.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you and your beautiful glasses. Beautiful. He has a nice, he's very smart now. You are too smart now. We cannot match the smart. Now you have another style, very nice style.
Yes, yes. I'm working on my hairstyle too.
Good. Okay, we'll go ahead and go for Poland. It will be on the 23rd of August. Can I see Poland, please? Yes. So we will have a big day in Poland. Yes, and we too, we are very excited. On the 31st of August will be 30th, sorry, there's been a mistake in typing, which we will definitely have a new calendar, and we've already fixed it in the advertisement. So 30 August will be Tatarstan, Kazan. And can you speak a small word about it?
Good morning, everyone. We will have one race in Tatarstan. It will be the big day for our republic. It's the day of our republic. And this day we will have some races. One of them will be the prize of our president of our republic. And after these, or near these, will be your prize, the big prize, with a big prize fund, and everyone waiting for this day and this race. Thank you.
By the way, last year was a very exciting day. The president of Tatarstan was there, and he saw the apprentice race. So thank you for letting us have this race in your big day, the national day. It's very important also for us as a festival of Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed, with the directives of His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed, which we thank extremely, is always to have the Arabian race in a big day. So everybody can see what the efforts has been put into to have the Arabian horses forward, and to have more integrity of the jockeys, the trainers, everyone working together to have a good race on a particular day of a thoroughbred or a quarter horse day or whatever. But the most important thing is always we try to select, like in Sweden, we are on their national day too. Last year maybe the weather wasn't so good enough. It was so cold to a freezer in this place, but inshallah this year it will be much better. Inshallah. Maybe the tent should be closed.
Yeah, it's a great day for Sweden on National Day. About 40,000-50,000 coming out to that day. It's a racetrack who's only working out that day, so we are putting up rails and preparing the track for a month before, and then 40,000, 50,000, depending on the weather, coming. And this year, I promise good weather.
We want to see Denmark. We never went to Denmark. We only went to shop in Denmark when we were in Malmö, but we never really went to Denmark racetracks. And I think Nicolas Cordry is there to have this race. We've promised him, and you, Niels, you work very hard for Scandinavia. Everyone should appreciate this gentleman. Thank you, Niels.
Most obliged.
Thank you. But more surprise you will see in the future. Wait and see. Yes. You will ask so many questions on Facebook.
All right.
Trust me. Okay, and we have Tarb. Tarb, will Marshall speak a bit about Tarb, please, for France? It's a very good track. Allez sur Tarb, s'il vous plaît. Pour la course de Tarb.
For Tarbes, in the southwest of France, is a nice race course of 2,000 meters. The race is about 1,500 meters, and in this place you can go to eat good foie gras and confit de canard.
Okay, Capanelli is Rome, the conference and the race day. In Italy, I think, my friend, you are hearing me in Pisa. Can you hear me? Can you higher the voice, Shahid? Shahid, I cannot hear. Not coming? Why?
He's hearing you okay.
Sorry?
He can only hear you.
He can only hear me, but I cannot hear him? Why? Can you hear me? But I cannot hear him. شو في محمد يحيى؟ وين التكنولوجيا تبعك؟
He can hear you.
عود أنا عايزتك هون حاج جرار. عود ما عنده ميكروفون. Can anybody of the others hear us?
I can hear you.
It's only him. Okay. So it's okay. He can hear us. Maybe he can talk on something else. No. Okay.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Now we can hear you. Bravo.
Good morning.
Yes, from day one, put it. Okay. Are you ready for this race?
I'm sorry for the late, but I'm really sick today.
Oh, we are very sorry for you, Habibi. We hope you will feel better.
I didn't want to miss the appointment.
Thank you so much. But now the appointment is yours, dear, because we have a race in your country, in Capanelli, during the World Conference. So you have to make sure everything is perfect from your side. What you say?
Of course.
You'll host all of us, huh?
Where are you? Where are you now? I missed you.
We missed you too.
Anyway, we are ready to host the race, and the things are changing in Italy. Because from 2016, the most part of races are to WAHO registered forces. So a new year is coming for Arabian races. And on February 21st, we will have in Pisa the first open race, our history. Open race
Yes, I know. Your agriculture ministry and Annalisa are working with us as the Festival of Sheikh Mansour because they are part of IFHRA. And it's because of Sheikh Mansour Festival, Capanelli is the, the Italian Federation is there. So it's good to have everyone there. And I think maybe a good coaching timing will be good for maybe from some coaches from you guys, you decide? You have some joke? Who do you suggest? Let's hear from you. Okay, you think about it and let us know. Okay, and there's any other, you have coaches also, no? In Belgium? No coaches. Okay, so we'll take UK. Does any other country has coaches? And you can take Germany. So we'll take them to Roma, to our friend. And we will do in the hotel, I will ask the Hilton to find a place where we can see, maybe we can rent some stimulators in Italy. We need to ask him if they have stimulators.
And we'll have jockey coaches there too, in Rome. At the conference? Yes. Okay.
Cool. Australia can do it also. So we'll have Australia, UK, and Germany. Any other country? Turkey? No? Any other country? South Africa? Don't talk about another country. Sorry? Which one? Gary can come also. It doesn't mean that these guys will not be involved. but we need to give a chance for others to be involved. So we will have them as observers this time, and we'll give a chance to the others to work. So no, Gary can be watching it because he will be there for the General Assembly, but effectively on the ground will be new from UK, Australia, and from, you have one coach?
Yeah.
He's good?
Yes.
Okay, we'll have Turkey too. So Turkey, Germany, Australia, and UK, we will invite the coaches.
And also, Lara, in November when we were doing it, we asked for anyone, and it was really great because there was lots of jockey coaches from South America and everything. But then we have the problem of the language barrier. So they actually ended up, they wanted to do some coaching, but they needed to go around with their riders to be able to interpret for their riders because they didn't speak English, and we had English-speaking jockey coaches. So it was good. There was lots that wanted to be involved, but we just had a problem with the language
Okay, so what do you
barrier that they
suggest for
needed.
next time to have? A translator?
If we had a couple of translators, would be fantastic.
But the
if it's possible.
Okay,
but-
we'll have the jockeys that are not going to participate. Sarah, this is a new assessment for you. We will have, like, for example, we have a jockey, Hungarian. She is translator. 2 jockeys are translators today. So maybe we can use our jockeys to be translators for the coaches. What do you think? Good idea, no?
I think that
Perfect.
as long as we know the date, we've done it once, so we can build on what our
May
experience was.
23 to May 29. May 30, sorry. May 29 is the race. So May 23 to May 30.
Okay. Good.
And then the other conference is something very important. Put a point, highlight it in red. There is Sheikha Fatma bint Mubarak Darli Awards. Excuse me, can you just listen to this? It's important. Every country, Remy today needs to take from every country, you need to sit and think. Tomorrow, you need to come to Remy and or CC Remy, email Remy and CC me. How many countries we have? If any country has a ladies apprentice, has to nominate her for the Her Highness Sheikha Fatma bint Mubarak Darli Awards Cup for the lady apprentice. That's the first time it happens to have a lady apprentice in a nominee, one of the nomination categories for the Oscars of Arabian racing. So this is very important. We need it finalized because you are all here and some are not here. They can even send their vote with their nominations. We need to finish it up tomorrow. Please have every country involved here nominate one lady apprentice jockey with all the informations about her, because Remy has to submit it to Hanike Brand. She's the
meeting finished?
secretary, technical secretary of the Darli Awards. So this is important to finish it up because we've given IFHRA its chance to have one award in Her Highness Sheikha Fatma bint Mubarak. Best Apprentice Lady. It's a ladies award in the world. It's Her Highness Sheikha Fatma bint Mubarak Darli Awards for the ladies in the world. Okay? It's not for the men, it's for the ladies. So please, this is not a discrimination for the other apprentices, guys. But I'm so sorry. This is a worldwide and a very recognizable award in Hollywood. And this is a chance for IFHRA, having its first year, to have really one category of this nomination, which Her Highness Sheikha Fatma bint Mubarak, thanks to her, who has given us her directives, and initiative to have one award only for IFHRA, for the ladies apprentices in IFHRA. So thank you, Sheikha Fatma, for her trust also in IFHRA, because we are maybe 1 year old, but we have proven to be a strong and a solid international federation.
So you all have my email address. I'll be here for the next couple of days. If you have an apprentice lady rider who rode, we also, I think, if they rode, we'll have a profile, probably a biography already on file. But you know, give us the name and a quick rundown on the rider, and I can work with Lara on finding the biography that she probably already had in the program. But do that quickly, because the deadline.
Okay, but I would like to say hello to the people there.
No. For that are written last year, yes, in 2015. It's systematic. It's important. The biography has to be a supplement, because there is judges, and the judges needs to see how they will vote. They have to vote accordingly to proof. So this is important to have this done. Maybe a country don't have a lady apprentice. I don't know, Oman, do you have lady apprentice? No. For example, they don't have, but maybe, I don't know, Argentina, do you have ladies apprentice? You have? Who of the countries do not have ladies?
Right.
Yes.
So they have to have ridden
UK
in
don't
one of the
have?
festival races.
Yeah, they have apprentice ladies. They are coming from UK.
Well, they all sent maybe a male apprentice jockey, but not a female.
Last year, the year before. No. They had apprentice. Sarah, can you talk for UK?
Who was due to go, but then unfortunately didn't at the last minute. So off the top of my head, I don't think in the end we've had a female representative.
Okay, so we will exclude last year, and we will take it from now. So it's from any day you have, just put, if you have a lady jockey, you can nominate.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's one female from your country, UK, that you need to nominate her to be, you think she's a great apprentice. Maybe you have 3, 4 girls, but one of those girls is better than the others. So you speak to each other, and you can know who can represent your country, but we needed tomorrow, please. You are all there, you nominate. And who is on Skype also, huh? Nobody here.
I'll send out, just so everybody...
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be sure after the meeting today to send out a reminder to everybody by email with what the qualifications need to be. So that way everybody understands.
Didier was supposed to send 2 people from France, no?
For the meeting today?
Yes.
Penny's online.
Penny? Hello, Penny.
Well, she might be.
We've got no vision. We can only hear.
Yeah, but I cannot hear Penny also. I don't know if she is there. Penny?
I can't hear her either.
No, she's not on right now. Okay.
Ok, Marshall finit cette histoire aujourd'hui avec Didier. On a besoin d'une fille.
Okay, then we move on now to new business. IFHRA membership. We have an application for membership from Margriet de Ries for the Dutch Arabian Racing Association. She is in the process of sending in the membership application, but I'll entertain a motion for acceptance for the Dutch Arabian Racing Association. Lara makes the motion.
Yes.
Do we have a second?
Yes. They don't have a school. They want to do a school. Let me tell you something. DARC is the Arabian Racing Association that runs the Arabian races in Holland. And Holland now in process, they bought Dundert racetrack. in the name of IFHRA the router. Margaret wants to, because all the jockeys, JD came from Netherlands. All of these jockeys, JD Petrovic, she is world champion of 2014, sorry. So they have good jockeys in Holland, they have good races in Holland. Now they want to do a school. And Dondert, in the racetrack, they bought the Dondert racetrack, and now it's owned by Dark. And they want to open, they're into the process of building up their apprentice jockeys and send them to schools, and at the same time to have a school built in Holland. So this is where it's good move from Netherlands to be part, and especially also you have the last time Switzerland with us, but because of St. Moritz, the Swiss couldn't come here because there's a white turf event and everybody is all focused because we were cancelled a race last week due to the weather. It was too hot, and now we have the race which is supposedly Sheikh Zayed Cup to be on the Valentine's Day on February the 14th, and hopefully the weather is better. They say the ice and snow is good, and yes, we appreciate that Netherlands, because of you and your commitments, the other countries are also moving up to have something solid and to look into the future. And this is very good. Netherlands have a lot of girls. Mostly there are lots of girls running in the Netherlands as jockeys. They have a big portion of girls, they have big portions of boys, but mostly their jockeys are too strong, the ladies.
So we have a motion and a second on the table. Any more discussion on accepting Dutch Arabian Racing Association into our fold?
Netherlands. Yes.
I'm sorry.
No.
It's
no.
but
it is the Dutch Arabian Association who is putting in the fold for the Netherlands.
Right,
okay.
Right. I'm sorry. It's just the name of the organization. Okay, then we'll put it to a vote. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Other business as far as membership, unfortunately I got an email from Japan Racing Association that they will be dropping out. So hopefully we'll keep the door open. We had Dr. Sakamoto who had been involved. He's no longer in the management of JRA, but so I sent a note to Seiji Ando and said, if you're interested in coming back, we'd love to have you, but right now their decision is not to participate.
Okay, I need to ask Sarah a question. For the ladies races, we had Japan in our races, isn't it? We had ladies professional from Japan.
Yes, we did, yes.
So until they come up with a solution for this, Japan will be stopped from racing.
Right.
And there you have it.
May I ask a question, please, Lara? Lara? Yes. Here. Remy, I don't remember, I've seen the email, but I don't remember the details of the email. Is he stepping down as his personal capacity because he resigned from the JRA, or he's announcing that the Japan Racing Association is stepping down? I mean, we need to make that.
The latter is my understanding.
My understanding is he left the job, and unfortunately it's actually about a week ago.
Dr. Sakamoto?
Yeah.
Why do you know that?
What?
That's what I was told. I don't know. Anyway, but he had resigned. He had been retired from the job.
Anybody who has relationship with Japan.
Yeah, well, we had a guy from the London office of the JRA.
So the last thing I got was from Seiji Ando, who represents JRA as their communications
Who
person.
sent the email?
Seiji Ando, who's with the JRA. He said that, that
he retired.
Right. So therefore, that they're changing their position. But I'll continue to communicate. Just see.
Okay. Can you tell me more about from Korea? because you always suggested girls coming from there.
Racing will be shuffling the representative from the JRA, I think. So his personal resignment, but it's not proved from the Japan Racing Authority, I think. So sooner or later, the Japan Racing Organization will select one representative from the organization.
The email I got was, again, from Sage Ando, who is asked me to take their names off of the mailing list and said that the decision had been made at the JRA to no longer be a part of IFHRA, and that's the last thing.
Can you tell me your opinion, the legal? I think the legal needs to talk to them in this case.
We need an official communication, not via email. There should be an official resolution if JRA is dropping from membership of IFHRA or not. So that should be the first stand we need to take. So when in your communications to them, ask them to provide an official decision by the decision-making bodies of JRA that they want to drop their membership, and then we can take a decision.
And just to clarify, I wasn't suggesting here that we drop them. I was just updating the communication.
No, because I asked the question because of what Lara suggested, that they stop. So we need to understand if it's dropping by or they're changing a representative. If
We've always given Japan. Sorry, we've always given Japan a priority in our races. So we cannot, because of this situation. It's like Hungary. It's not fair from us to support something and I don't know what is happening there. So we better stop Japan for the time being, for inviting them for our races as professional jockeys. And I don't think they have won any race until now. So the two races, she won?
Down. Sorry.
Last year.
No, last year not. The year before she
The last year, the year before is not a story. I'm talking now. Okay. So what we will do is that the festival of Sheikh Mansour, before anything is clear, we make sure that we have no ladies jockeys from Japan.
And I'll make sure to get a formal letter.
And one more thing, if I may ask the forum here to delegate or to grant or take a decision that and give Lara the authority to take whatever measure is needed as a result of the letter or the communication with the JRA, so that we don't wait to the next General Assembly.
Okay. I'll do that today. Next item.
No, he's saying that the other.
We need a motion for this, so that the forum here.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, grants, so that we don't wait till the next General Assembly. So any action that needs to be taken under this topic could be taken by a delegation from this forum.
So go ahead. Do you want to make the motion?
Yes, I'm proposing a motion that this forum grants Lara the authority to take action in relation to the communication that will happen or that will occur with the JRA. And as a result of that, Lara will take the appropriate action as per the bylaws. Anyone to second the motion?
It's not better? Why we invite the county and support and they don't want to support us? We are working hard, we're leaving our time, and they're just inviting them to race, and maybe they are winning, and they just don't want to spend 2 days to support you and to be part of what you have been doing. Hong Kong is here, Korea is here, China is here, everybody's here. So we come from all the way from everywhere in the 6 continents. If we're giving our time, they should give also their time. They came one time to the meeting and they never came back. I remember this very clearly, one time only, And that's the only time that we didn't understand anything else anymore. And we've been inviting Japan all the time with us. Japan is great, it's good value, but at the same time, we need to respect, give chance for others. If this country has not given chances for their own apprentices in the world, we're giving them a lot for their ladies in the world. So we need to back up.
So we have a motion and a second.
Can I just say we have had a huge amount of appreciation shown by Fumi Tsuruoke, is that the way I say it? He's the Japanese Racing Association representative who is based in Paris. And he and the ladies have always been very, very keen to take part. So clearly there's a division over there, which, as with Hungary, needs to be sorted out.
So I will make sure that I get a formal letter from the Japan Racing Association itself declaring exactly where they stand as far as the membership to IFHRA, because there's too many cooks here, and so I will do that. But in the meantime, we need a vote to give Lara the authority based on that letter to take action. Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor of Gerard's motion, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Last thing on item number 8 is membership fees for 2016. Lara, do you want to say anything else?
No membership fees, we are paying.
No membership fee, they are paying.
Thanks to our sponsors and our partners and everyone.
Okay, done. Before she changes her mind, we'll go on to item number 9. New business. We have a proposal for a new race in San Isidro in Argentina, and here to talk a little bit about that, we have Juan and Hector. Juan, briefly, tell us a little bit about this project. Obviously, it'll have to be in 2017, but wonderful news, beautiful racetrack. Let us know a little bit more about it.
Hello, everyone. Well, we'd like to have one of IFHRA races at San Isidro. San Isidro is the biggest racetrack in South America. It hosts the Gran Premio Carlos Pellegrini Grade 1. It also hosts the Gran Premio 25 de Mayo, a qualifying race to Breeders' Cup Turf. It's a very big course. It has a training center holding 2,000 horses every day, with 5 training tracks, 2 racing tracks. The turf one has a 1.5 miles in only one turn, 7 furlong diagonal, 5 furlongs straight track. The dirt track has 1.5 miles with 2 turns. I have some photos here for you to see. They are the same ones that Remy has there. So I'd like you to see the track.
Do you have Arabian horses?
Yes, there are.
What time of year were you thinking?
We'd like to have them on the biggest day. It's on the second week of December, or the second week of October, which is the Jockey Club Stakes, with 3 Grade 1 races, or the same in December, 3 Grade 1 races. They are in December. 3 are international.
Okay, I need to ask you lots of questions now.
Yes.
First, how many Arabian horses do you have in your country?
We don't really know the number, but there are lots of them.
But Arabian horses for flat racing or for endurance?
For flat racing.
You have flat racing?
Yeah, there are.
How many races you have in the year? No. It's important to have something very important.
Okay. Nowadays, there are not. Excuse me.
Why you are not part of IFHRA?
No, he's telling me that nowadays.
No. I need to ask you something. If you're saying that you have an association for Arabian horses. You have Arabian horses. Is there any association in your country?
Yes, there is.
What
But
is
we
it
are
called?
from, sorry?
What is it called?
¿Cómo se llama? Asociación Árabe.
Asociación de Criadores de Caballos Árabes.
Arabian Breeders Association.
Okay.
Argentinian Arabian Breeders Association.
Do you have any link with them?
No, we don't.
Okay, I need to please clarify something.
Okay.
Any races of IFHRA that the festival has to do has to be Arabians.
Yes, of course.
We cannot do thoroughbreds. So this is why I think if you cannot talk on behalf of the Arabian Association, you need to come to a deal together, because we do not want to do a race and then we go and see something else there.
Okay.
So before we give a proposal, we sit together, you and the association,
Yes.
and the second step that needs to be done, like Brazil did,
Okay.
is to send the papers to IFHRA, which is the
okay.
International Federation of Horse Racing Authorities. And then from there, we can go ahead. Once is approved, maybe you can submit your papers now to IFHRA. And then from there, as Brazil did last year and was accepted 2 years ago, this is why now the Sheikh Mansour Festival is racing in Brazil. Because if you do not have also the other entities saying yes, then we have also another problem facing us as a festival. So we cannot go ahead and think of any plan before the main plan is done for Arabian horses. Sheikh Mansour Festival only support Arabian horses.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So Juan, maybe you and I can work between now and Rome to get a proposal together with all the right parts, okay?
Maybe he can invite to Rome the Association of Arabian Horses in there, and there they can meet the chairman, Sami Al-Bu'anain, and the vice chairman, Jenny Haynes, and the secretary, Mads Jemberg, and all. And he can submit his papers there, and it can be discussed, and I'm sure it will be voted in October, the first week. After that, we can take it from there, IFHRA, to say, okay, let's see, we will support, we see the track. They say it's a beautiful track. Already Martial knows about the track. But the most important thing is the first step needs to be done before we go to the second step. Okay?
Okay? And we have time. We have a year for
Yes.
so this is good. And it's a beautiful track. I think it'd be great to be there. Okay, then on to any old business that we need to
China.
discuss.
I see so many China here.
Okay, yes.
Can we have China standing up? Leo, you do not represent the school. I think I have my colleague, my other colleague. What's his name from China? Dominic, where is he? Dominic? He was here. He left? He had somebody from the school.
Okay.
No, Leo cannot represent. He stepped down. He cannot even.
Well, we had,
but there is.
Kit Wu was on the Skype.
Okay.
He got dropped off, but we had Kit on the Skype.
But Dimitri, and he had somebody else with him. He had papers to submit.
Okay. Well, Leo, let's you and I meet later on, and we.
Do you know where is Dimitri gone?
I'll follow up with them, with Wu and with Leo.
Okay.
Okay. Any other old business? Any new business that anybody wants to bring up beyond the race in Argentina? I think everybody's hungry for lunch.
Yes.
Okay, then
I want
just.
coffee because I was fasting since yesterday 12 p.m. I didn't have water yet, so now I can have water. Thank you.
Just a quick wrap up then, some of my notes moving forward then. RSF mentorships, well done everybody. Thank you so much for all the good work. We're going to keep on going and make this a great year for the mentorships and build on that and make it bigger and better next year. Implementation of the final health, welfare, and safety plan. Dr. Pritchard, thank you for your help, and we'll continue working on the insurance aspect of that as we talked about establishing standards for each school to meet as far as their riders. Thank you again for the presentation on the communications plan. It's now 48 hours and 17 minutes, your deadline for the new website page.
Yes, and one more thing which is important. After lunch, there is the conference here for communication. It's done for us, for the ISO requirements. So we want to be all there. We want to learn. It's fun to have a communication workshop. And it's good for us because this is what we are always working on for our jockey, how to communicate. And maybe next time we can do public speaking. What do you think? Good, no? At least we can go all and speak strongly.
All right, the final recap. We also, you all need to send to me your nominees for the Dolly Awards, Lady Apprentice Rider.
Yes.
I'll send out an email after the meeting. By tomorrow?
I need every country tomorrow, especially the French. Didier, Penny, who is not there. Let them nominate.
So please get that to me as soon as you can. Hungary will work on organizing themselves internally as far as the representative of the voters for the IFHRA meetings. And I think that's it. Our next meeting will be in Rome, Lara?
Yes, our next meeting will be in Roma from 23 to 30.
Okay. Any other business to bring to the group? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. I'll move.
And me too.
And Lara will second it. Any opposed to adjourning the meeting for lunch? If you're brave enough, raise your hand now. If not, the meeting's adjourned. Thank you all very much.
Journalist who has come. Thank you.